I I just I had to go live. It is 1:30 in the morning, 1:40 in the morning. Um and dude, I am fucking furious right now. Um like this is fucking ridiculous. Oh wait, but so crazy thing just happened to me. I'll give it a couple minutes. I'll wait for anybody to get here so I can actually talk to somebody. Goaded, what's up, man? So I wasn't planning on going live. I ended up getting really tired tonight. Um, decided I hate the lighting in this fucking room. Decided I was just gonna go to bed, get a good night's sleep. Um, bro, I fucking just got 5 phone calls in a row from the same number, right? Like my phone, like the first time I must have I kind of turned over, looked at it, I figured it was a spam call, right? Like I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm getting a spam call this late. Fucking hit ignore, whatever. Phone rings again, same number, back to back. I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I ignore it. Goes whatever to voicemail. Fucking 2 minutes later, same phone number calls me. I finally answer. I'm like, what's going on? The guy's like, Mike, dude, it's 1:41. He's like, Mike. I'm like, no, I'm not Mike. He's like, oh man, I'm sorry. He goes, I was calling my buddy Mike. I didn't mean to. I'm like, okay. Fucking whatever. 5 minutes goes by, nothing. My phone rings again. It's the same fucking phone number. And I'm like, bro, stop fucking calling me. And like, the guy's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I butt dialed you. Like, dude, it was just like so fucking annoying. And now I'm up. Now I'm here. I'm fucking pissed. I went to the bathroom and I laid back down and I'm like, I'm up. Let me just go live and fucking see who's around. So I'm here. I'm going to be live for a little bit. Let's see. What do we got? So far, we got Mike saying you're back. Yes, I'm back because some fucking asshole who had the wrong number called me like 6 times. Um, so that's fun. Bro, I'm fried as fuck. One more time before school's back. LMAO. Hey, listen, do you, man? I've gotten shit like that too. Yeah, the guy like that was just very annoying. And now like I'm just up and here I am. It is what it is, man. It's all right. I wanted to give you guys another live. I just got really tired and now I'm doing it. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll sit here for like an hour. I just didn't feel like going in the other room. Didn't feel like going downstairs. And yeah, so I figured I'd do it from my room. Your phone doesn't let you know about spam calls. It does. This wasn't a spam call. Like they called me. I think it was somebody who just had the wrong number. My phone tells me when it's a spam call. That's what was weird about it. It didn't come up as spam. So fucking Venture's here, Derek's here, Goated's here, Mike's here, the usual fucking crowd, baby. You're my dog, but Todd's still getting benched. You don't know Prime Todd. Oh, we got the Todd Gurley debate going again. Listen, Todd Gurley was unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. Todd Gurley, phenomenal fucking running back. The thing with Todd Gurley was it was a short period of time, but when he was at his prime, he was very good. Lofton, what's up? How are we? Like, Todd Gurley was really good for a very short period of time. What do you think about what Donald Trump did in Venezuela? That's a great question. Listen, I think there's a mixed feeling on the whole thing. I've always been a big believer of staying out of other countries' affairs. I think like we get involved in too many things. Venezuela was a country that was like just a complete disaster, run by a guy like Maduro, who is basically running a dictatorship, which is something like we are super against. Like, I think it's like crazy how quick everything happened and how we pretty much just kidnapped a fucking world leader. But I don't know. It was a war on drugs. The fact that he's a narco terrorist, the fact that stuff that like is coming from his country is ending up here and killing our people. It's a step in the right direction. I think it was a little bit nuts. Like I think there's so many things going wrong here that to have all that was a little crazy. But I understand getting a guy like Maduro out of power. You don't know Jody Meeks. If we're talking Jody Meeks, man, we know Jody Meeks here. We are a pro Jody Meeks fucking stream over here. Final kick, all in their prime. Who you taking? Cam Little, Justin Tucker, Brandon Aubrey. Depends where it's from, Goated. I think that all depends on how far the field goal is. I think anything like 55 and shorter, I'm taking Justin Tucker. Anything farther, I'm taking Brandon Aubrey. Proof on drug trafficking, it's only been about oil and nothing more. I mean, everybody wants the oil, but also, like, you know, Maduro's two nephews are arrested and, you know, are in custody in America for drug trafficking. Like, I think it's something that they can't prove, but look, it's I don't know. It's like walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's probably a duck, but I'm with you, Derek, on the idea of like I think we got too many issues going on here. 60 order, probably going Brandon Aubrey. Cam Little does not get enough credit for how good he is, though. How do you feel about the Jets being done with Justin Fields? I think everybody in the league is done with Justin Fields. I think the entire NFL should be done with Justin Fields at this point. There's really no redeeming qualities of Justin Fields as a quarterback anymore. To me, 65 plus, I'm taking Little. 60 to 65, I'm taking Aubrey. 60 and under, I'm taking Tucker. I think that's a very fair assessment of it, Goated. Cam Little does not get enough credit for how good he is. Brandon Aubrey, it's like a 60-yard field goal for Brandon Aubrey is like a lot of people's 40s. Jets need to draft a quarterback. You know, I wouldn't reach on a quarterback at 2. Seahawks win Super Bowl. If I had to guess right now, Cam Jones, I would take the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, yes. The Jets should not reach on a quarterback if, you know, at 2. Mendoza's going number 1. I don't want anything to do with Dante Moore. I don't want anything to do with Ty Simpson. You know, maybe a second-round quarterback. I would not take a quarterback at number 2. Justin Fields has gotten progressively worse, or maybe it's the Jets effect. I mean, he was bad last year, too. I think to blame that on the Jets is a little bit nuts, but he was so bad. He was not good with the Steelers. He hasn't been good anywhere. What do you think of ex-Miami Dolphins head coach as the Raiders' new head coach? I like Mike McDaniel a lot. I think Mike McDaniel runs a very good offense. I think his schemes are great. I don't think the Dolphins, I think they put way too much faith in Tua Tagovailoa. You know, I don't think Mike McDaniel is a guy who should be gone very long. I think the Raiders' job would make a lot of sense for a guy like that. Fley, would you bet the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl? If I had to take a bet, yes, I would take the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. The problem is I think there's so many teams that could win it. If I had to take somebody, I would take the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks look really good. History is going to forget McPherson banged the 67-yarder and good for 74. Did he really? I forgot about that. Do you have a small head or is that a big hat? A little bit of both, Griffin. You know, small brain, small head, big hat. Don't be talking about my team. What do you mean your team? I don't even know who your team is, but I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Wait, no, it wasn't a penalty. I think Minnesota called the timeout right before they took it. Either way, the only concern is if Darnold Jets shows up. I mean, Sam Darnold's been consistently one of the best. He's been consistently one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL all year. But when he gets in that prime time, when he gets in that big moment, he has a tendency to like start seeing fucking ghosts, like he said. The Raiders? I'll talk about your Raiders. Your Raiders stole fucking Fernando Mendoza from us. They're going to. Euler, what's up? The Raiders are like, I wouldn't say they're in a great spot, but they're definitely the more Jets Darnold is because of the Jets, not Darnold. I mean, Jets Darnold is because the Jets didn't give fucking Sam Darnold anything to work with. Like, the Jets pretty much put Sam Darnold out there and was like, it's like throwing a guy in the middle of the ocean without a fucking, without a fucking, what's it called? A life jacket. What they did to Sam Darnold. No, they're not. Stop the cap. Compared to some of the other jobs that are open, I'd probably rather take the Raiders job than most. There is a lot of jobs that are open that are not as intriguing as the Raiders job. You get the number 1 pick. You got so much cap space. Like, I think a head coach, like, if I'm an up-and-coming coordinator, that's one of the more, more, like, one of the better jobs, I think. Did Pete Carroll deserve to be fired? I think Pete Carroll just, like, I think his whole, his schemes and stuff, I feel like he was just too old. Come say it to my face, homie? What are you talking about, dude? Raiders' job has a 1-year lifespan. I don't know about that. Falcons is the best job. I don't agree with that at all. I think the Raiders with the cap space they have, the offensive weapons, and I'm also looking at it from a perspective of like an offensive mind taking that job. You know, you got Brock Bowers, you got Ashton Genty, you're gonna get Fernando Mendoza. That's just my opinion. I think I'd rather take the Raiders job than the Falcons. I don't know. I'm not a big Michael Penix guy. Jameis Winston advocate says, "Hey, what's up, Jameis Winston advocate?" Pete Carroll didn't deserve to be fired, but it was in the Raiders' best interest. Well, yeah, that's the thing. The bigger thing is the Raiders couldn't bring back Pete Carroll. It just could. They couldn't. It wouldn't have made sense when you're going to draft Fernando Mendoza #1 that you're going to have Mendoza come in and then pretty much he was going to have to learn a new offense in a year or two. You want to bring in a guy who you think is going to get at least 2-3 years with Mendoza. It's a recipe for disaster to keep Pete Carroll around. It's not necessarily Pete Carroll's fault. It's just the way it is. Is Fernando Mendoza going to be great with the Raiders or die in Las Vegas? I think the Raiders actually give him, you got some weapons on that offense. They're just going to have to build the offensive line in free agency and maybe draft a wide receiver. Other than that, like the Raiders aren't the worst place for him to fall. It depends on who they hire. You sound like a crackhead? Me? Yeah, we kind of all sound the same. Raiders have 0 receivers, a bottom league. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Shouldn't have traded Jacoby Myers. They had to trade Jacoby Myers. They had to get whatever they could for him. They're in the business of acquiring assets. Hey, my uncle said you blocked him on Grindr. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was me. He likes your big hat. He likes your big hat and big head. I don't know what you mean by that. My heart chill? What? Colts are still considering to re-sign Daniel Jones regardless of injury they got. I mean, the Colts better do something at quarterback because the Jets might be lining up to have a #1 pick next year thanks to the Indianapolis Colts. Who is Mendoza going to throw the ball to, though, at wide receiver? That's the thing. They have to get a wide receiver. They have to do something to help him out with wide receivers. Like, maybe move up in the draft and get somebody late in the first round. Like, something's got to happen. They got to do something to help him out with the receivers, but I don't know, man. Like, I think with Bowers, you have a security blanket. You have Bowers, you have Genty. Don't worry, the Jets will still fumble the bag. Listen, at least we have assets to, rebuild, Derek. Like, we have your first round pick this year. We have your first round pick next year. The Colts are going to win like 3 games next year, and the Jets will have their pick. It's great. Like, I told you when they traded for Sauce Gardner it was a bad idea, and I was dead right. To end tanking, the NFL should put the bottom 8 teams into a playoffs to decide the picks. I mean, I think they should go to a lottery of some sort. I think, if you don't guarantee these teams #1 pick just for being bad, a lottery makes things interesting. A lottery makes things, and I would have the lottery also. Like, I would have the lottery as every team that didn't make the playoffs should be even. Colts might get Malik Willis and be mid. I mean, Malik Willis is going to get a job somewhere. He's going to be playing quarterback. He's going to be a starting quarterback somewhere next year. The Jets are good at drafting at every position besides quarterback. People act like the Jets suck at drafting. The Jets have had some pretty decent drafts recently. But you're right. Every time they draft a quarterback, it does not work out. That's what it comes down to. Like, Jets have hit some home runs on some drafts. But, like, I love Olu Fashanu. I think Olu Fashanu was one of the bright spots of the draft a year ago. He's phenomenal. He's a great, great offensive lineman. But like you said, it's the easy thing to just be like, ha Jets, Jets. And Derek's just trying to convince himself, Jameis Winston advocate, because his Colts traded for Sauce Gardner and mortgaged their whole future to not make the playoffs and to be miserable next year. So, listen, he's just convincing himself. Now, because then on the brink wildcard teams like the Lions, Colts, Falcons, and Bucks would have lost on purpose. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I think I don't think that would have happened. Like, you're going to give up a chance to make the playoffs. Like, these guys, these players, these coaches are going to give up a chance to make the playoffs, there's no shot. That would have to be like deeper in the organization there, Goated. Like, there's too many coaches that have jobs on the line. There's too many players that are trying to get, like, jobs next year. It would never happen. It would absolutely never happen. Like, a lottery would incite rigging. I mean, it's happened. It happened in the NBA. It happened with the Knicks. The Knicks got Patrick Ewing because of the frozen ticket. But yeah, you're right. It would definitely. Gardner wasn't the reason for the downfall later in the season. Colts got injury riddled, and the play calling got worse. No, the Colts were just never that good either. Like, the injuries, like the Colts were falling apart before Daniel Jones got hurt. LeBron to Cleveland, Ewing to New York. Patrick Ewing in New York was the most rigged thing of all time. Derrick Rose to Chicago, yes. Teams already shut down their season to tank anyways. Yeah, but if, like, there's less incentive, I don't know. It's a tough thing. If you just make it that every team has the same odds, teams are not going to tank. There's no reason to. Dwight to Orlando. Dwight to Orlando could have been a rigging situation. I'm a lifelong Bulls fan. Oh yeah, Cooper Fleck to the Dallas Mavericks. Yes, that was insane. That was absolutely rigged. That was 1,000% rigged. Kobe to the Lakers. Kobe wasn't drafted by the Lakers though. Flag to Dallas, it had to be. Like, the NBA, like, I don't know. Adam Silver probably told Nico Harrison, I'll give you the number 1 pick if you trade Luka Doncic to a bigger market. Yeah, Kobe was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. And he was picked 13. Yeah, the NBA, a meme league for real, big time. Flag was 1,000% rigged. It had to be. And it's almost like, it almost feels like, just like so many things. Like, I think it was rigged as well. Like, it had to have been. It was like too coincidental that Dallas made such a wild trade. And then they get Cooper Flag 3 months later. No GM would be that stupid. Oh, 100%. Dude, goated. Not only was that trade had to be like something Adam Silver related, because there wasn't even one single rumor around Luka Doncic potentially being traded. I remember I was home that night. I remember I was going to bed when that whole news came out, and it was like, what the fuck just happened? I thought it was I absolutely thought it was like a troll account. I could not believe it. Jesus Christ, that is a big hat. It's not that big. Mavs fans cried their way to the first pick. I mean, when you give up a guy like Luka Doncic, who might have been one of the most valuable players in the league at the time, like in terms of like his age and how good he was, just like future wise, yeah, I'd be pretty upset too. Shams would have got word if it was a real trade. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Shams Charania would have absolutely found out ahead of time, would have absolutely had rumors. Like, there would have been rumors everywhere. There would have been rumors circulating. I'm trying to get a little more comfortable in here because I'm going to try to go back to bed. That just makes me look like a fucking ghost. Hold on. Change the lighting in here. That's better. That light in my face makes me look like a fucking maniac. Luka or Flag, choose. I would take Luka Doncic in a heartbeat. But Cooper Flag is really good. Cooper Flag has potential. I'm not trying to shit on Cooper Flag, but you're taking Luka Doncic. I was playing 2K on call with my friend and started saying the Lakers got Luka and traded AD. Told him to shut up. Dude, if somebody told me that and I didn't see it, there's no way I'd believe it. Not a chance. Did you know Vlade Divac was on the verge of retiring, which almost caused Lakers not to get Kobe? Imagine. That would have changed the course of history. They thought for a sec, why the fuck would he make that up? So I checked my phone and see the Shams tweet. It was, dude, like I said, it was one of those moments where, like, I literally got out of bed And like I didn't know who to call. I was like, who am I going to talk to about this? I think if I remember correctly, I went live. I think I went live here when it happened. I was like, I don't know if it was here or TikTok. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Because I was so stunned and like I didn't know what to say. I didn't know who to talk to. So I went live. I'm like old, so I had no reaction. Oh, I seen LeBron go to Miami in real time. See, LeBron going to Miami was crazy. That was an insane thing. The Luka Doncic thing was so shocking, and I think it was the most shocking trade I've ever seen in sports because there was no rumors, because of how good Luka Doncic is. There was a million things behind it. How come the commissioner and 14 to 30 NBA owners are Jewish, yet the general population? I mean, I don't think that highly. I don't think that far in advance. I don't care what religion you're believe. I don't think about that at all. I don't think it matters. And Divock ended up playing like another decade. Yeah, Vlade Divac played for a while after that. I actually thought Shams got hacked and wasn't real. Some people thought it was actually Luka Garza. There was a lot of rumors flying around, and then like it was just shocking. I think the most shocking thing was seeing Luka Doncic in a Lakers uniform. Like when he actually put the uniform on, it was like crazy. It's like this is real. Like it didn't feel real until I actually saw Luka wearing the yellow. It has to be rigged. There's no way Nico was that stupid of a human being. Well, the trade didn't make much sense either. It's not even like he got anything back where you're like, okay, like he didn't get crazy picks or anything. He didn't get anything. You know how angry I was at the Knicks when that happened because the Knicks traded all those picks for Mikal Bridges. I'm like, damn, we could have waited 3 months and got Luka Doncic. When you look back at it, you're like, yeah, this was 100% a rigged situation that the Mavericks did what they did because the NBA told them to. It has to be. It has to be. I was in 7th grade. It made me dead ass think the NBA was rigged. The LeBron thing. I was pissed. I mean, I'm a New Yorker, Knicks fan. I was convinced for like 2 years LeBron James was going to be a Knick. No one would think the Lakers traded AD, Max Christie, and a first rounder for Luka Garza. Mikal Bridges 5 times more valuable than Luka in my LMAO. I mean, it's laughable what they gave up for Mikal Bridges and what the Lakers gave up for Luka Doncic. I love Mikal Bridges. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Mikal Bridges guy, but come on. Just surprise me. I'm not saying, I see what you mean. I don't even really think about that. Certain reports came out saying the Mavs traded Luka because he was out of shape, drank too much beer and other shit. Yet the season before, yeah, he was they were in the NBA Finals the year before. There was nothing wrong with it then. It's fucking crazy. Also, the NBA vetoed the CP3 trade. Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. And like the vetoing didn't make sense, but I guess David Stern saw the vision of like the Clippers, like, and I do think that helped the NBA big time. And even today, like Chris Paul ending up with the Clippers completely changed the course of the NBA. The Clippers never won shit, but like I feel like the Clippers would still like be not cool. Like they're not cool as is, but like the Clippers got a little bit cooler when Chris Paul went there. And creating that inner city rivalry with like the Clippers and the Lakers, like I feel like David Stern knew exactly what he was doing. Kevin Durant to the Warriors was the worst thing ever. If that never happened, LeBron would be the runaway GOAT. I mean, that was the worst thing in sports history. Kevin Durant, I'll never like respect Kevin Durant after that. I can't. And he ran away from the Knicks. He refused to come to the Knicks. He was too afraid of the bright lights. Magic gave up more for Desmond Bane than the Lakers did for Luka. I mean, it just goes to show that the Luka Doncic trade was completely like, you're telling me you're trading Luka Doncic for a package revolving around Anthony Davis. You're out of your mind. DeMarcus Cousins thinks the Lakers should trade Austin Reeves for Dylan Brooks. Do you think Cousins must have been high as fuck for saying that? 100%. Austin Reeves is a great player. Dylan Brooks is a solid player, but that's not a swap. Clippers lost all their cool the second they told Chris Paul to piss off at 2 a.m. on a random Tuesday. Well, that too. I forgot about all that, but still. To be fair, the Clippers have been playing better basketball since they did that, so maybe they knew what they were doing. I was just bummed out. I got KD in my top 3, so I was hurt. Yeah. I mean, I would have forgiven him. I would have forgiven him for that if he came to the Knicks, but he did not. Dylan Brooks just been balling this year. He is not Jewish. Dylan Brooks confirmed that not Jewish. Fat or not, Nico, if it wasn't rigged would know the value everyone else has on him. I mean, like, goated. We could look at it from the perspective of what the Knicks gave up for Mikal Bridges. Like, why would Nico Harrison just like give up Luka Doncic for nothing when Mikal Bridges got all those picks? It wouldn't have happened. Mavs could have easily probably gotten Austin Reeves. Oh, Austin Reeves would have been like the beginning of it. Like Austin Reeves should have been like they should have been saying we're not doing this deal if Austin Reeves is not coming here. The Mavs did not want to pay Luka the supermax. I don't know why. I don't think like you still could get 5 first-round picks for a guy like Luka Doncic. That was kind of bogus, but Slim Reaper is still the best offensive player ever. I think, it's a very fair assessment. He could be the best offensive player ever. Tyrese Maxey has to be the most underrated player in the league. He's so damn great and hardly gets talked about. Look, I mean, I'm a Knick fan. I don't love Tyrese Maxey. I love watching him play basketball. Phenomenal basketball player, Tyrese Maxey. Any shot they blackmailed Nico? I don't think they blackmailed him. I just like my thought on it, Jameis Winston advocate, was I always felt like the Dallas Mavericks were trying to I felt like the Mavericks were trying to tank their franchise so they could move to Las Vegas. That's what I felt like. They traded Luka Doncic. They offered people their money back for tickets. I felt like they were just trying to tank everything. They were trying to tank the ticket sales and tank everything as a way to get themselves to Vegas. Because I think they were trying to convince the NBA that Dallas isn't a good market for basketball. And it didn't work. Most underrated player in the league is Jalen Johnson. The Hawks are literally shipping out Trae Young. Yeah, Jalen Johnson's great. Makes me so happy to hear you say my name out loud. I love Jameis Winston. I respect it, man. Nico says defense wins championships, but AD can't even stay healthy. So Dallas, there no way you spin zone that is a good reason to trade fucking Luka Doncic. Who is the best at making trades and picking up players? The Dodgers. I mean, I don't know about that. I also love Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's going to be like, I wish Jameis Winston would hurry up and retire because he's going to be so good on TV. Like, he's got such a easy career in broadcasting when he's done with the NFL. I guess he's going to make a couple more NFL checks, but like, dude, when he's on TV, it's going to be electric. Like, some pregame show, every pregame show should be trying to pick up fucking Jameis Winston. Like, he is so fucking funny. It's true. His on the field moments are great. Him eating the W to this day is one of my favorite. Like, it's one of the best speeches I've ever heard. Like, and it was terrible, but it was Jameis Winston, so it was incredible. Well, Hooker lost someone this year. He did. People forget. I was stoked when he started for the Saints. Remember his 30 touchdown and 33 interception season? How about Bruce Arians had him as the quarterback, right? Like, he was Bruce Arians' quarterback in Tampa, and Bruce Arians told him, I don't care if you throw interceptions. Just keep throwing the ball. Like you could throw as many interceptions as possible. Just keep fucking airing it out. I mean, 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. I had it backwards. Listen, electric year. Good for him. Like, that works. We swinging that thing, but yeah. Bruce Arians literally told him, like, I don't even care if you throw interceptions. Like, that's a fucking coach. That's a coach that has your fucking back. Coach who knows his personnel. Never forget the year the Saints started Jameis and Taysom Hill at quarterback and almost made the playoffs. Almost snuck their way in. Gronk should not be a commentator on TV. I agree. I don't think Gronk brings anything to the table. I think Gronk is a funny, like, he's funny in clips when he does something stupid. But having him on TV trying to make intellectual thoughts, I'm good. Just throw the fucking ball no matter what. Yeah, whatever you do, fucking launch that thing. I'm with you, though. I'm so sick and tired of seeing Gronk on TV. I think Gronk was funny for a little bit, but he's not. It's almost the same thing as Shaq. Like, maybe this is a crazy take. I don't think Shaq is funny when he's on TV. Like, Shaq at least brings analysis that, like, is a little bit intellectual. Like, Gronk, fuck that. Bro, I don't want to talk about the Saints. They ruined me. Remember when Jameis faked victory formation against the Falcons? Gronk fatigue started hitting me in 2020. Shaq is amazing on TV. Him and the crew is great. Oh, yeah, listen, Shaq, I didn't mean to compare Shaq because, like, Shaq actually, like, can talk about basketball, and he's funny in that like situation with like Charles Barkley. That works. That's perfect, right? That's a perfect group. But like in terms of like Gronk is that same level of like, would he be funny if he wasn't an athlete? Like, like Shaq is funny because he's a professional athlete, in my opinion. Like Charles Barkley's funny because he's fucking hilarious. To me, Gronk is only like Gronk's antics are only cool and funny because he played tight end in the NFL. Like I don't want to listen to what he has to say. Like I wish he would just like become part of the fucking Nelk Boys or something. Like that to me is what Gronk should be doing. Am I drunk or your hat big? Maybe a little bit of both there, Juliana. But hey, no, don't kick her out. Don't boys only. What kind of crap is that? No. We do not discriminate here. Gronk is boring to hear him talk. The last time Gronk was funny is when he was on the roast of Tom Brady. Like I said, he's funny in short bursts. He's not somebody I want to see every single week on my TV. Like, he could be on, like, Jackass or something like that. He could be, like I said, he belongs in, like, the fucking, like, he belongs in, like, Friday beers. Juliana, you don't got to go anywhere. I'm not kicking you out. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't even know who Jameis Winston Advocate is. He's in here telling people they got to go. Kendrick Perkins wouldn't be funny if he wasn't an athlete either. There's a lot of people that are just funny because they're athletes. Now, Gronk to me is the same way. Okay, morning from Russia anyway. Russia, huh? Dude, Jameis, I'm fucking with you, dude. He's an advocate for Jameis Winston. Listen, we need more of those. We need more advocates for Jameis Winston. Of course, I'm fucking with you, dude. Russia, huh? Is Travis Kelce retiring? I think so. He should. Why wouldn't he retire at this point? Like, his fiance is literally the most famous human being on earth. What are you doing playing fucking tight end in the NFL? What are you doing running around risking CTE every time you go out on the field? Damn, Fley, you finally got someone from Russia. Big accomplishment. We did it. I really like the hat. Noggin Boss might send one to Russia. I don't know. Nogginboss.com. Check it out. Kelsey runs one more. Play the kind of guy to ditch the boys to try to hang out with a mid girl in high school for sure. Absolutely not. No. No, not me. I was the kind to leave the girl like waiting until I was done hanging out with the boys and then she'd fall asleep. I'm just kidding. I didn't talk to girls in high school. What are you kidding? Look at me. There's no shot. Prove it. I'm here. I can't stop laughing. Sorry. Listen, do you? Dude, what are you kidding me? I am not that kind of guy. Absolutely not. Fucking 2:12 in the morning here. Dude, I'm only up because somebody fucking called the wrong number and I can't go back to sleep. Draymond the Kanye of the NBA. That's actually a really good comparison there. Draymond Green, I am so sick and fucking tired of him too. Like, I've had enough. Okay, I trust you, Mr. Glock. Russia top sport is football. If you didn't know already, I mean, I feel like everybody's top sport is. They're not bigger on hockey there though. A lot of Russians that play hockey, I feel like. I don't know. They can fucking throw the puck around. The constant ejections are basically Kanye's Twitter rants. Yeah, I mean, I like Kanye's a tough comparison for anybody, but I get what you're saying. Draymond Green gives me black fatigue. Damn. I don't think it's like that. I think Draymond Green is just somebody. He's always been an intense guy. He's always been somebody who's like super intense, but the problem is, like, he doesn't know when to stop. I am also not an advocate for Draymond Green. He's somebody, I wish he would have got drafted by like the fucking Sacramento Kings instead of the Warriors, because we would have never heard, like, you'd be wondering right now, like, where the fuck is Draymond Green? Like, if you heard Draymond Green, you'd be like, oh, the Michigan State Spartan. He kicked Steven Adams once, and I'm not going for that. That was fucked up. Calling white players white boys in a derogatory way. I find that funny. I find it funny when, like, I don't know. I think that shit's funny. But then, what's his face? I thought Jimmy Butler did that. Wasn't it Jimmy Butler who was like, white boy, white boy, white boy? If Klay Thompson was drafted to the Kings, no one would ever know. I don't think you're wrong about that. Steve's the Saint. Don't do him like that. Brady Quinn should have his own show on ESPN or Fox. Smart guy. I love listening to Brady Quinn. I'm with you. I think Brady Quinn is like one of the sharpest dudes when it comes to football. He's unbelievable. Yeah, no, Jimmy Butler was the one who did it. Klay Thompson would literally be just Buddy Hield. It's a spot on. I think Buddy Hield's a guy. If he got drafted by a better team, more people would talk about it. Buddy Hield was unbelievable. I don't know if like Oklahoma Buddy Hield was like one of my favorite college players. But you're right. I think Klay Thompson ended up in the perfect situation. Okay, so Draymond Green did it, but still, I find that shit funny. I don't know. Klay Thompson was an unbelievable shooter, though. Like, is still. Like, Klay Thompson's skills are unbelievable. I keep hearing the Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. What do you think? That would be my bet. Like, if I had to pick a team, I would pick the Seahawks right now, but I think it's wide open. That's why I wouldn't be betting on anybody to win the Super Bowl because I could easily see the Seahawks getting bounced. Now, Klay was decent, had some crazy games, but he'd be a forgettable role player. Bills winning the Super Bowl. Damn. He had like 30 and a quarter with Steph Curry. Yeah, but plenty of people have had big moments like that. Like TJ Warren scored 53 points in the bubble. Josh Allen has the biggest path to the Super Bowl. He does. Look, I think he does, but I also think the Jaguars are not a team to like sleep on at all. That is not going to be an easy game. I like the Jaguars in that game. Hey, bro, I was just jerking it on the hub and accidentally switched over to your live and nutted on your face. Whoops. I tried cleaning it, but I just smeared it in more. I mean, Waffleology, that just fucks your phone up, dude. See, my problem is I read everything, like even people like that, and wow. I don't know if I should be flattered or freaking out, but whatever, man. Denver is strong. Denver is really good. Thank God. Thank God somebody brought something else up. Sadiq Bey and Malachi Flynn dropped 50. People forget. That shit is actually hilarious. Yeah. Waffleology 5762 said that. You don't read everything because you skipped Lil Bro's comments. I'd skip Lil Bro stuff when he just like commented the same shit over and over again. We're all minors here. Fley 16. You just committed a sex crime. I like that. Kyle Korver on the Warriors would be better than Klay. I don't know about that. I think Klay was a little bit more. Klay Thompson was far more athletic and a way better defender than Kyle Korver. That's one thing that Klay Thompson brought to the table that I think people forget. He was an elite perimeter defender. Dude, that was great. Like, the problem is, like, I saw what he was saying, and I was like, I might as well read this. If I got to read it, everybody's hearing this. The bigger the hat, the thicker the bat. Not me. I'm the opposite. Klay wasn't a better shooter than Korver, though. No, definitely offensively, Kyle Korver much better shooter. Like just Kyle Korver was as good of a shooter as there is. Jets suck, go Birds. Damn. Now Klay Thompson, phenomenal defender. What's with the tiny hat? Couldn't find a bigger one? Yeah, Frank, I thought I ordered a giant hat. Didn't get it. Hello, friend. I must confess that I just woke up with a chubby and needed some Jack material. Thank you for that. What the fuck is going on here? What is happening here? Thomas, what's up, man? Holy shit, we are on a roll. People must have just woken up. I must be getting the trolls. That's crazy. I'm blown away, dog. Y'all talking about some fucking Kyle Korver? Dude, Kyle Korver could shoot. Kyle Korver versus Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson was a better offensive player with his ability to create his own shot. If you're telling me one guy is standing in the corner to shoot a three, I'll take Kyle Korver. That's it. Well, you got Bob the Builder cap, just in case anybody like needs something fixed. My lesbian neighbors bought me a Rolex. I'm guessing they misunderstood what I said when I said I want to watch. Oh, I love that. What's your favorite movie? My favorite movie is of all time, probably Miracle. Why everyone getting horny in here? Dude, I don't know. We were talking about who was gonna win the Super Bowl, and I had two people talking about jacking it off to me. Like, what is happening? I'm out, dog. I usually fuck with y'all, but y'all tripping tonight. Listen, I think in terms of just straight up shooting, Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver is not a better player than Klay Thompson. I don't want to be misunderstood there. Klay Thompson overall, much better player, could handle the ball, played elite defense, could create his own shot. In terms of like if I was taking one of the 3-point contest, I'd probably take Kyle Korver. But who's a professional sports player you generally think you beat the shit out of other than Bryce Young? Professional athlete that I could beat the shit out of? Um, I don't know. I think I could beat the fuck out of Chris Boswell. Like, I think like Chris Boswell, I think like if me and him were in the same bar, I would kick the shit out of him. Dude, no. Venture, I know what you mean. Like, I think I misinterpreted what I was trying to say. I just think like in a 3-point contest, I think I'd take Kyle Korver. If I had to pick one to be on my team, Klay Thompson in a heartbeat. Crazy how people are talking about gay porn. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know what happened here. Yesterday, the Eagles gave me a headache. It was really a nonsensical game. It didn't mean anything. Stop holding your thoughts, man. Your head is getting way too big. I know. I gotta start letting them out. My favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. Great movie. I love Shawshank Redemption. Somebody mentioned a lemonade stand in Cups yesterday. The duck walked up to the lemonade stand, man. Rodrigo Blankenship is getting fucked up in the Warriors. Yeah. Kyle Korver couldn't do anything on his own. He was a guy who stood in the corner and shot threes. Like, trust me, I don't think he was a better basketball player than Klay Thompson. Shooting wise, like, yeah, I would take, like, if you told me somebody had to hit a wide open three, I would take Kyle Korver. You could take Jose Altuve. I think he's a little person. I don't think I could take Jose Altuve. I do think Chris Boswell is a guy. I'm calling him out. If you're out there, Chris Boswell, like, rough and rowdy. Yeah, but the motherfucker would hit like 10 threes a game with Steph's gravity on. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He would be wide open. Matt Beattie. Yeah, no, I think like Godin's got a good point. Is like Klay Thompson was able to get a lot of open looks because Steph Curry was on the court. Great shooter. I'm not trying to take anything away from Klay Thompson. Phenomenal defender. Great athlete. Better athlete than Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver could shoot the lights out of the ball. Why are commentators saying the Raiders shouldn't pick Fernando Mendoza with the number 1 pick? Dude, Mike, this is this time. Like, I saw what Todd hold on, let me try that again. Can't speak right now. So what Todd McShay had to say, and all these guys just want to have like the take that like goes viral. Nowadays, like any sports commentator is just saying whatever they're gonna say to go viral. And that's it. Like, Fernando Mendoza is the clear-cut number 1 quarterback. If you say otherwise, I don't trust your opinion. Sub 30%. Yeah, I mean, Klay Thompson has struggled since he left Golden State, but Klay Thompson's also up there. Kyle been shooting 0%. True, he's not playing. But everywhere Kyle Korver went, he fit right into whatever system he was in. But I also think Klay Thompson's up there in age. It's different. Like Klay Thompson played in one place his whole career. Kyle Korver's been around the block. Like, again, I don't think Kyle Korver is a better player than Klay Thompson. Shooting wise, like in terms of like standing in the corner and shooting a three, yeah. Like, I think he could do that better than Klay Thompson. Like, if we were going around the world in a 3-point contest, I'd probably take Kyle Korver. But I'm not taking Kyle Korver on my team before I take Klay Thompson. That's insane. I could take Sue Bird in a fight. Oh, God. I actually think half the WNBA would kick my ass. That's why I didn't say anybody. That's why I took Chris Boswell. Sometimes people do weird shit with good draft picks. It's always about people trying to look like a genius. Sometimes people try to be too smart. People are too smart for their own good. Klay Thompson's not struggling. Look who he's dating. You got a point there. I mean, he's not struggling in the real world. He's not even really struggling on the Mavs. He's not the same guy he was 10 years ago. Like that's a normal thing. God, I gotta go back to bed soon, but this is entertaining me so much that I might just stay up for a little longer. Again, I'm only doing this stream because some asshole called me from the wrong number. That hat is too small, blood. Yeah, I know. I got to get a bigger one. I mean, true. Pretty much dating somebody famous almost always washes you, which is why I'm taking the Jags over the Bills. Josh Allen, confirmed washed. Go to sleep. You look like you fall asleep. Not yet. All hail Mahomes. Listen, think about it. Josh Allen, kid on the way with Haley Steinfeld. Take the Jags. Cheese puffs, anyone? I could go for a fucking... I could fuck around with cheese puffs. I haven't heard that shit in a while. Fancy cheesecake. I would take her little femboy girlfriend, Megan Rapinoe, too. Which is why Katie will play till he's like 50. Double dunk, double chunk. You're just making me hungry, dude. Double chunk chocolate cookie. Dude, those guys fell. You want to talk about people that fell off the planet? The fucking Costco guys. Bears or Packers? Dude, I'm a sucker for the Chicago Bears. I think the Bears are going to win that game. I think like they sleptwalked through. Like they got smoked the first time. They kind of sleptwalked through the second time. Found a way to beat the Packers. I think they're going to win. I like the Bears. I don't know why. Costco guys were never funny. I think they were funny in like they were funny in an ironic sort of way. And then I thought they were funny that they were in wrestling. I thought that they were wrestling. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. They've overstayed their welcome. Me likey baked whole stinks. Yep, stinky stinks. With eggy mustard stench. I don't even know what the fuck any of that says. Realistically, I'd bet Katie would retire at like 47. I mean, yeah, Katie really doesn't have anything to go home to. Like, Katie just kind of chills. And like, I feel like if he's not in the NBA, he's like, he won't know what to do with himself. Baby Gronk fell off so hard. Baby Gronk fell off so hard, he uses his real name now. Would you like... Wait, wow. You look like Luigi if he ate a quarter of a mushroom with an enlarged hat but a normal-sized body. Wow. That's hilarious. Can I pin comments? I can. I'm going to keep that one up for a little bit. I think it's like a minute, right? Do I get a minute on these? That's phenomenal. I like the Bears, but they might shit the bed. I mean, that's the thing. The Bears, classic Bears, they could shit the bed. Katie, don't even shower. You don't think so? Bad Bunny's best thing in the Super Bowl. I don't know about that. I mean, I like Bad Bunny, but I don't think he's going to be the best thing in the Super Bowl. Probably the best halftime show in a long time. Kyrie knows the truth of... Oh. Smelling raw stonkers. I don't know what any of that means. No cap, bro. No, it's all cap here. Baby Gronk dad was forcing his son in the spotlight, making him super cringe. Well, the video of the behind the scenes, what was that on? Where like Baby Gronk was on some podcast or something or some interview, and like whoever was doing the interview was filming the entire thing and showing like his dad changing his answers and shit. Like, making him say some stupid shit, which, like, totally ruined everything. But I think Jordan Love is dangerously mid. I'm not a big Jordan Love guy. I think Jordan Love is... Packers are fucking the Bears raw. I think the Packers would be better off if Micah Parsons was still there. Not the same Packers defense, not the same Packers team. I just think the Bears are a better football team right now. Like, a lot of different things that could happen, though. His dad made Baby Gronk make a rap song. It was super garbage. Yeah, his dad is just like not a good dude. My girlfriend just told me she sat in the kitchen sink today because she couldn't make it to the bathroom. I'm currently washing dishes. Oh, God, that's disgusting. The Bears are not a good football team. They've had the easiest schedule beating cakewalk teams and have a point differential of the Chiefs. Look, I don't think the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl or anything. I think the Bears and Packers are a battle for who's going to get knocked out in the next round. I don't think either one of those teams are very good. I think I trust Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams a little more than I trust Jordan Love right now. The number 2 pick in the NFL draft, who are the Jets picking? I want the Jets to take Caleb Downs, but I don't think they're going to do that. Although I love this channel. What are you going to do, John? I do what I can. No, they've had a lot of close games this year. Like the Bears have had a lot of close games. It's just which Bears are you going to get? Is the Rams over safe? I don't know if it's safe. I don't think anything's safe. The thing is, like, that's how the books get you, goated. Like, you might think, oh, the Rams score a lot of points. They're going to boost those points up to make, and people are still going to take the over. Here's the thing about betting. People tend to take the over. People tend to take the favorites. Like, be careful of overs and favorites. Always. Is it at Green Bay? It's in Chicago. Double tap the screen. Appreciate you, John Smithy. Like, books suck you in with overs because everybody wants to watch a game with a lot of points, and everybody thinks, oh, the favorite is the better team, so you lean the favorite. Like, that's the biggest thing to be careful of. Like, oh God. But yeah, guys, I am gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna try to at least. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I gotta be up in like 3 hours. Like I said, the only reason I was here was thoughts on Nick Shirley. I think Nick Shirley, the work he's done is unbelievable. I think that is a phenomenal, like for a guy who's not even a real journalist to be doing all that shit is crazy. Guys, have a great night. I will talk to you tomorrow.